Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch, and today a review of surely the only watch worn by Obama and Osama. Yes, it's the iconic Casio F91W. There is a reasonable argument that you're not a proper watch guy if you don't own one of these, and you're not a proper watch reviewer on YouTube if you haven't done a review of this watch. So without further delay, let's flip the camera and get into today's unboxing and review. Now this is actually an unboxing as well as a review. I bought two of these. I bought one for me and one for my watch buddy who shall remain nameless, and he's never taken it out of the packet. Perhaps I need to find some new watch buddies. Anyway, here it is. So I love Casio watches. I've got a whole box dedicated just to my Casio collection. I think they offer outstanding value for money, and they're kind of like guilt-free purchases in some ways, especially this one because it costs a ridiculously low $9.99. Now that's in US dollars. I'm in Australia, as you can perhaps see. I paid a little more. I think I paid $20 odd for this one. This one I got from Amazon. I do buy a lot of my watches on eBay, but I decided Casio's better from Amazon because you get all this original packaging. And believe it or not, in spite of the incredibly low retail price, people do fake these watches. And I'll go through the difference, how you can tell whether yours is genuine or not in just a second. So there it is, the beautifully simple Casio watch. This one was released in 1991, hence the name. They've been in continuous production ever since. They still pump out over 3 million units of this particular watch every single year. Just amazing. A really simple design on this one. Does pretty much everything you could possibly want from a watch and not much else besides. 33 millimeters in diameter and only 38 millimeters lug to lug. Stainless steel back, but the case is all plastic and the strap is resin. 18 mil lug width, like so many of these little Casio watches at this size and price point. Very simple operation. Press this one here, and it flips between 12 and 24 hours. This one clearly needs to be adjusted because it thinks it's 2 a.m. This one here activates probably the worst light you can find in a watch. Just about manages to display the time at night, but not all that fantastic. This is where the action is, this button down here on the bottom left. Press once for alarm, second time for a stopwatch, and we've just got a start, stop, reset. These little Casios, once you've worked one, you can work them all. They're pretty intuitive. And then back onto time. If we press it a third time, brings us into time set mode here. All very, very simple. Displays the date and the day of the week. Now only water resistant, so no swimming with this one. You can just about wash the dishes, but I wouldn't be taking it in the shower. I wouldn't be doing anything else water related with it. Resin straps, very comfortable, and we've got a little signed Casio tang buckle there. I always like it when Casio do that. It's a nice touch on a watch that's really so cheap. 21 grams. It barely feels like you're wearing a watch at all. So in spite of the ridiculously low asking price, people do fake these watches. I guess there's not that much into it. It's relatively easy to knock one of these out for a couple of dollars. I would recommend, therefore, buying on Amazon, not on eBay. If you're paying too little, chances are you are paying too little because you're getting a fake one. And there's a couple of tests you can do with the watch itself to check whether you've got a fake or a genuine unit. If you hold the bottom right button down for 3 seconds, Casio pops up on the screen. And if you hold all 3 buttons down simultaneously, it does a full LCD test just like that. So there we are, this one, no problems. This is a genuine item. So with an 18mm lug width, these things look great on NATO straps, but one word of warning if you are going to be taking them off the original resin band, there's the arrow here, that's the direction of the pin. You need to push in the direction of the arrow to release the strap, but you can only do that a certain number of times before you wear away the pin to the point that it'll no longer attach correctly. So just be warned, it's not really a strap monster. You shouldn't be swapping them in and out as regularly as you can with some other watches. So I mentioned in the intro, surely the only watch worn by Obama and Osama. Beautiful, iconic design here, very simple. It's got a real everyman appeal, this watch, hence the reason you can see it here on the wrist of a young Barack Obama. But there's a darker side to the F91. These modules, because they're plentiful and very cheap to purchase, you can take the back of them and use them as triggers in bomb-making devices. I'm obviously not advocating any of this myself, but does add to the notoriety of the watch. And there you can see one on the wrist of Osama bin Laden, at one point the world's most notorious terrorist. Now the F91 is the resin strap version. This is the A158, which is on the bracelet. You can even get this in a rather blingy gold colour these days. The F91 has the blue surround. It's also available in green as well. So there we are, that's it on my 7-inch wrist. I don't think it looks undersized. I think you can get away with these things. And once you start looking around, you see a remarkable number of people actually wearing these. I spotted a colleague of mine wearing one of the metal braceleted ones this week. They really are everywhere. 3 million units a year. You expect them to pop up now and then, and that certainly seems to be the case. So there you have it. At $9.99, you've got no excuse not to own this watch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.